who were recipients of God's umbrella. These were believed to be Jews, and they were making their annual pilgrimage to the temple on the hill in Jerusalem. It is believed that every year around this time, they would make their annual journey through rocky mountains, through deep valleys, and they would go to the hill up to Jerusalem, because this was their sign of worshiping God. It is believed that between Psalms 120 and Psalms 134, those are called Psalms of Ascent, because it literally records everything they thought about God and everything that God did to them while they were on this journey. And late last night, I held a conference call in my office, and I said, I don't understand. I called these individuals to my office late last night, y'all, and I said, y'all got to tell me, since you say that you are under his umbrella, since you say that you are under God's protection, tell me this, how did God protect you? They said, well, God did 4 quick things. And then I'm going to take my seat, I promise y'all. They said, number 1, up under his umbrella, what he did is he gives your head an upper strength. Look right there in the text, verse number 1, it says, I will lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Here's what they said. When we were up under his umbrella, as we made our journey, as we made our pilgrimage to the shiny city on the hill, as we made our pilgrimage to the temple in Jerusalem, here's what God did for us. God allowed us to keep our heads lifted up. Okay, some theologians suggest they were looking upward because the mountains and the hills reminded them of the majesty of God. They looked upward. Some suggest that the temple sat on the hill, and what they did was fix their eyes on their destination so that they could give them some encouragement. But my brothers and my sisters, for this point of impeachment, it matters not what they were looking at, but the point is the first 4 words of the verse. It says, I will lift up. And that's the problem with so many church folk. Some of us not looking upward, but we're looking down. Mad about everything that is happening in our life. Mad because folks talking about it. Mad because about a divorce. Some of y'all ain't looking downward, but you're looking backwards. You haven't moved on from what God has delivered you from. And you keep looking backwards. And it's hard to walk forward looking backwards. Some of y'all are not looking downward or backwards, but you're looking around in everybody else's business. Can't worry about yourself. But if you see I come to recognize that folk will talk about you. Folk will smile in your face and put a knife in your back. You see, my help don't come from folk, but my help comes from the Lord. So I keep my head up. And see, head up is a sign of strength. To keep your head up is a sign that you can make it no matter what you face. I never shall forget one of my favorite movies, and that is Drumline, y'all. They tell the band members chest out, head up. And I never understood that while I was in the choir. I remember us practicing for 4 long hours for a concert. And I was so tired, and my choir director, Miss Van Deezy, now I'm going way back, y'all. Miss Van Deezy had the audacity to sit on the edge of your seat, stick your chest out, and keep your head up. She said, you can be tired, but you can't look tired. And so what that says is a lot of stuff you're going to go through day after day. It will make you tired. You will get stressed. You will get discouraged. But you have to have the strength to keep your head up in spite of what you're going through. Church, not only will he give you your head and upper strength, but the next thing up under his umbrella, he will not allow you to slip. He gives your head an upper strength, but secondly, he keeps you from slipping. Well, where do you see this, preacher? Glad y'all asked again. It's right there in verse 3. He will not let your... All right, I got some people with me. All right, I'm not the only one reading this. He will not let your foot slip. This does not mean that God will not allow you to mess up. This is not saying that God is a God that will not allow you to make any mistakes or not to face failures. But what this is saying is because when they were making this journey, they went through some rough terrain. They had to step on some rocky places and some unstable places. They had to go through some valleys. They had to climb over some mountains. But what they were saying, even though we were in some rocky places, God, what He's done is stabilize my feet. So no matter what you might face, it may knock you around, but it won't knock you down. No matter what's going on in your life, it may knock you, but the divorce might knock you down. But your feet are still stable. Yeah, the relationship went bad. It may knock you down, but my feet, they're stable, y'all. Shake somebody's hand and say, He specializes in stabilizing. And I'm glad He specializes in stabilizing. I've had people to walk out on my life. I had people to talk about me behind my back. But guess what, church? My feet are stable. Winds may blow. Lightning may flash. But my feet, they're stable. Folk may not like me. But my feet, church, they're stable. He gives your head upper strength. And I'm almost finished. I'm sorry, y'all, but He keeps you from slipping. Third, up under God's umbrella, He's up while you're sleeping. I said He's up while you're sleeping. Let's read the King James Version for this one. The end clause of verse 3 says, He that keepeth thee will not slumber. All right, there we go. Verse 4, Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber. All right. You have to get this picture here, y'all, because as they made this travel, as they made this pilgrimage, they did not have a Marriott to go to. They did not even have a Hilton Inn and Suite. They couldn't even go to a hotel and check in and put all their stuff into a secure place. But as they were on this pilgrimage, the only thing they could do was find a nice, easy ground and place in the woods somewhere. I don't know about y'all here at Ward Temple, but I ain't sleeping out in nobody's woods. They stepped out in the woods, but the thing about it was some bears out there. There was some snakes out there. There was even some robbers out there. And what the robbers did was hide themselves literally into the mountains. It was unsafe out there, y'all. And imagine each and every one of y'all having to go to sleep with all these unsafe things, dangerous things around you. But in the midst of that, you had to go to sleep, y'all. You kidding me? And we wonder why a whole lot of these church folk around here shout every Sunday, but walk in the floor at night. Can't go to sleep worried about who cussed you out and how you're going to cuss them out tomorrow. You're worried about what's going on in the children's house. But the good news is about life is that if God is up, God don't need you to be up with Him. If God is up at nighttime, you know what y'all need to do. You need to go to sleep. In the midst of your entire haters, guess what? Go to sleep. In the midst of your entire frustration, guess what, y'all? Go to sleep. Matter of fact, and I said I had some children in here. They know this one. Matter of fact, Lutherans put it this way, and I'm going to see if they know. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Now, I know y'all listen to 95.7. Don't tell me you know. Go to sleep. I see you smiling in that red shirt. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. If you're tired, be quiet and what? Okay, some of y'all around here just need to do that. Go to sleep. I never shall forget, I'm getting ready to close here. I never shall forget the story Reverend Pressley, my professor, told in preaching class when I attended Asbury Seminary. He said there was a family on their way down to Columbus, Georgia. And what happened was they were on I-85. And they were doing just fine, and the clouds were looking upward, and everything was nice and shiny bright and beautiful. And serene, and up ahead, the father was driving, and the mother was in the front passenger seat. the brother and sister was in the back of the car. And the brother said, hey, Dad, it looks like we're riding into a storm. The dad looked up and said, yeah, but it's going to be all right. The daddy kept on driving. And all of a sudden, the sister went on to sleep. But after 15 minutes in, the brother started shaking the sister and said, hey, sis, wake up. It's lightning outside. It's thundering out there. Hell is hitting the car. Both are pulling over. Daddy can't even see the road. She said, why in the world you done woke me up? But it's foolishness. Don't you know that Daddy is driving? And as long as if Daddy's driving, I don't care if it's hailing. I don't care if it's lightning. I don't care if it's thundering. If my dad is in the driver's seat, everything's going to be all right. Daddy's driving, y'all.